Welcome to the channel. Up today we are taking a look at the Charter Arms Bulldog Classic 44 Special. Now from the intro you did see I had issues with this gun, light primer strikes, and we're going to get to that into this review. However, I just want to say this up front. The company took care of me on this thing. They made it right. So if you're here to see me trash Charter Arms, go find another video, because that's not what this video is going to be. This video is going to be about a company that has redeemed themselves, in my opinion. Now, on to the review. What is it? Why would you want it? Two simple questions. It is a 3-inch double action, single action, 5-shot, 44 special only revolver. And just to show you guys before people start getting on to me, it is unloaded. Why you would want it? Well, a lot of people don't want a 44 Magnum, or if they have one, they're not shooting mag very often. They're just shooting 44 specials. So that begs the question, why are there not just 44 specials out there? Outside of Ruger, I don't know of anybody else besides Charter Arms that makes one. And in this size, to my knowledge, Charter Arms is the only one that makes one this small. So that makes this gun very unique. We'll get into size and weight right now. As far as size goes, this is smack dab between a Smith & Wesson J frame and a Colt D frame, like the new Colt Cobras that are a steel frame gun. Right between the two frame size. Here I have a 642 Smith & Wesson, and this is really hard to do on camera. I'm trying, guys. It's comparable frame size, very comparable. In fact, so much so, if you have a Smith & Wesson J frame with a leather holster, it'll actually fit just fine. Now, this one has a thumb brake. To make the thumb brake work, you do have to work a little harder, but our thumb brake's in there, and then to get the gun out, pretty easy. And if you were to just run this in your J-frame holster over time, it would fit better. But it's pretty darn good as it comes. As far as Colt Cobras go, this is a D-frame, newer Colt Cobra holster from Simply Rugged. It's like it was made for it. So guys, if you already have a wheel gun, and it probably is a J-frame, guess what? That'll work as is. Now, Kydex, probably not, but there you go. Something else worth mentioning that just makes this unique is that this gun is kind of a hybrid of Colt, Smith, and Ruger in a way. For instance, cylinder rotates like a Colt, the release is like a Smith, and then it's a solid one-piece frame like a Ruger SP101. Kind of neat. You get all three in one, more or less. As far as weight goes, this thing is about 21 ounces on my scale. Now, compare that to the Colt Cobra at like 23 or 24. This is actually lighter weight, and I'm in a much more competent cartridge, being a 44 Special. Barrel length is 3 inches versus most guns in this size and weight category are going to be little snubbies. And capacity is about the same. It's a 5-shot 44 Special versus a 5-shot 38. Yes, the Colt, you do get an extra round of 38 Special. However, 44 Special is much more competent. To just give you a comparison, the closest thing I can find to 44 Special ballistically is going to be 45 ACP. The difference is you get all the benefits from a revolver here. I can shoot wad cutters, semi-wad cutters, hollow points. I can shoot some hotter loads like this double tap 240 grain hard cast solid. This thing is a monster of a load. I would not want to be hit with this. It would be like my black bear defense load if I was going to carry this in black bear country. I can also carry shot shell, which is nice, and it'll cycle through fine because it's a wheel gun. You don't have to worry about the energy from the round reciprocating a slide. So 45 ACP or slightly better ballistics and an easy to carry lightweight gun, that is a win for me. Now, I guess we'll just go ahead and get into it. What's it like to shoot recoil wise? Well, to be honest with you, I think these little aluminum frame J-frames with 38 Special standard pressure range ammo is snappier than this guy with warmer 44 Special ammo. With wad cutters, these are very pleasant to shoot. There is some jump, some muzzle jump, because it is a large cartridge and a small frame revolver. If you're paying for the ammo, I'll shoot from sun up to sundown. It won't bother me a bit. Now, these little warmer loads, same thing. I think I could handle shooting these all day long. It's not a big deal. This gun really is fairly pleasurable to shoot. Now, let's go ahead and get into kind of the review, the critiquing of this thing. So it is a 5-shot gun, and this isn't really a pro or a con. It's just different. The cylinder here, if that'll focus, I don't think it's going to, but these stick up, which is just different, you know, in comparison to like any other revolver. You notice it's flush, or if you get a good one, they're recessed. Just different, so know that. That's just something I noticed. The ejector rod is very much not my friend. It's kind of like a two-piece, so if you watch, it'll go in, and then the rest of the way. It is gritty. You can see it's kind of sluggish. However, if you're a man about it, those rounds will pop out, except, oh wait, with these laminate grips, they hang up every single time right here, which is a con. Now, easy fix. Just remove some material here or get some Packmeyer grips. It can be done, but just know out of the box, there's gonna be some hang up there, okay? Not the end of the world. As far as the finish goes, it is a very pretty blue. However, let me find the side that's got the scratches. It's not a deep blue. It's not a very durable blue. Hopefully that'll come across there in the light. I'm trying. All right, got a scratch there, there, and one up here. And I know this stupid thing doesn't want to focus, probably because it's got a stupid operator behind it. But there's some scratches there already, and there's already holster wear, and I've only carried this thing for about 3 weeks. And we're already getting bluing wear. So it is what it is. As far as the sights go, pretty decent gutter style sight. I did have to paint this because it was just as glossy blue as the rest of the gun, and I really couldn't tell where the front sight stopped and started. So I went ahead and painted that, and I've had no problems since. Pretty decent sights. I can't complain about them, and they are pretty on out of the box. I noticed with my cowboy loads that it shot a little low, but with the warmer 44 special, point of aim, point of impact, no problem. Something worth mentioning too is this screw right here has a tendency, for me anyway, to walk out under recoil or even just dry fire. So if you buy this thing under stand, first thing I would do is go ahead and back that screw out, put some Loctite on those threads, blue Loctite, and then snug it back down, and you shouldn't have any issues. But be forewarned, if you don't do that, that thing does have a tendency to walk. As far as the trigger goes, again, making sure we're unloaded here. Sorry guys, I'm dealing with a cold. The single action, wonderful, absolutely wonderful. It's like 5, maybe leaning a little closer to 6 pounds, but I mean, there is no take up. It's just, you're there. And it's very authoritative whenever that hammer releases. It is awesome. I love the single action on this. The double action, I hate the double action on this gun. We're gonna get into that. As it came out of the box, the double action was about 12-ish pounds or so, fairly smooth, but I was having light primer strikes like crazy. We'll go ahead and get into customer service, I guess. About 50% of the time I was having light primer strikes. I sent in an RMA request to Charter Arms. Within like 10 minutes on a Friday afternoon, I had a phone call from them, and the gentleman said, hey, it sounds like, I believe he called it the mainspring. It's a spring on a strut back here, actually, right there. He said, hey, if I send you one, are you comfortable with installing it? If not, you can send the gun in, but it would save us both time if you're willing to do that. And I said, yeah, sure, I'll do that. He sent it to me Friday afternoon, had it Tuesday morning, threw it on, boom, the gun works. Great, no issues, except now the double action trigger pulls probably closer to 15 or 16 pounds, and I'm not kidding, it is heavy. So we'll just go through it now. Very difficult to do on camera from this angle because it's so heavy. I mean, it is just a monster. Now, that wouldn't be so bad, but even with the lighter spring in it, the double action trigger pull was very awkward because normally on a revolver, when you cock it back, you get to that second click and then you can just hold it there all day long. And at this point, it's basically a single action trigger. You just finish pulling through and it's boom, brakes right there. All the travel's taken out and you're done. Not so on this gun. See if I can do this with my finger where you can actually see the light through it. All right, so there we are. Watch when it breaks. Saw how much more that moved, and not only did it move more, it has consistent weight, considerable weight as you're pulling back, which means the trigger's broke, but you're still pulling, and it causes you to pull the gun. I love shooting double action. In fact, on my double single action revolvers, I almost only shoot double action, not with this gun. Now, to be fair, for concealed carry, self-defense distances, 10, 15 feet, I could absolutely just and hit you, no problem. I'm not gonna have an issue with that. This is gonna be just fine for self-defense shooting. Just be aware, if you enjoy double action, you probably won't on this gun. That's a big con to me. As far as reliability goes, since I've got that new spring, not a single malfunction, none. This gun has run flawlessly, and I love it. It's accurate, it's reliable, it's a pleasurable gun to shoot. It just didn't come that way out of the box, but that does happen. If you've seen my Colt Cobra video, you know I had issues with that. I've had issues with my Ruger RXM. Granted, none of them were like, oh my gosh, this gun's just terrible. Well, the Colt kind of. But manufacturers do make mistakes. And so I'm not gonna just hammer Charter Arms on that as it came out of the box. What I am gonna do is praise their customer service, because they made it right quick, and they didn't 1,000 question me. Are you the original owner? Can you send us in the receipt? Can you tell us if you shot reloads through it, or did this or that, or did you try this brand of ammo first? They didn't 1,000 question me. They asked me simply, they saw what the problem was based off the RMA request and just asked if I'd be willing to put the spring in. Yeah, I'll do that. And they took care of me. Great. Try doing that with Smith & Wesson. Half the time you can call them and say, hey, my hammer broke because you use MIM junk and it's already broke. Can I please get another hammer? Here is the part number. And half the time they'll, okay, well, we're sorry that happened, and send you the part. The other half of the time they'll say, no, you need to send the gun in to us. We'll look at it and then we'll decide if it's covered under warranty, in which case we'll bill you. Not great. And then Colt, yeah, good luck getting a hold of them. If you do get a hold of them, they have decent customer service, but good luck. And Ruger's even starting to get that way now. You know, they still take care of you, whether it's a used or a new gun, but if the gun's older than 2 years old, now you've got to pay shipping. It's hard to tell which call center you need to call to get warranted on, and then they 1,000 question you half the time. They do still take care of you, but Ruger, be more like Charter Arms. Just, hey, here's my problem. Can you fix it? Yes, we can, or here's the parts and you can do it. While I'm speaking about that, I am kind of out of order on this. I'm just trying to get the video to you guys. So if it's not very concise, sorry. You have to deal with it. But the most impressive thing to me with this gun is not necessarily the nomenclature, because everybody does that, but on the back, the price list. They're willing to sell you the parts. So you've got all the part numbers, you got the nomenclature to go with it, and then boom, there you go. You can order them and have it shipped right to you if you want to have extra parts or try something different on your gun. In addition to that, little welcome letter. Okay, most manufacturers do that. Dude puts his face with this product. I've been in the gun industry for a long time. I can't tell you what the CEO of Ruger looks like, or Colt, or Smith & Wesson, FN, pretty much any of them. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. I don't have a clue. I don't really care, but this guy is willing to put his face with his product. Kudos to them. That takes having a pair. And again, they take care of their customers. So guys, as I wrap this up, I just want to say I think this is a really good value for your money. Is it as refined as a Smith, a Colt, or a Ruger? No. But it's pretty darn serviceable at less money. It is a more than capable gun, and it's an excellent carry gun. Just the size, again, comparing it to our 38 Special counterpart with the same capacity, it is very similar in how it carries inside the waistband or outside the waistband, but you're in a much more competent cartridge with not really any more felt recoil. And they do make versions of this with shorter barrels if you're just concerned about the concealed carry aspect. In addition to that, this will make a great gun to take into the woods, whether that be hiking, camping, kayaking, fishing, you name it, hunting, whatever. It's a good companion gun to take out in the woods. It's more than serviceable, it's reliable, but like all things, make sure you test your equipment before you have to depend upon it. I don't care who makes it. Every manufacturer, every once in a while, will have problems with their guns. So test and try what you're gonna use before you depend on it. But guys, let me know what you think about Charter Arms down in the comments. I know they've kind of had a rocky past. I think today, in this day and age, they're doing well, but if I'm wrong, let me know. And if there's something that you want to add that maybe I didn't cover in the video, let me know down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, stay free.